Country, Texas. Let's go to Big Bend. We've been journeying west on that side to pull over and stretch our legs at a roadside stop rest area. And this is the Blue Star Memorial Highway. Really desolate out here. We made it! Big Bend National Park. There's a reason that this is the least visited national park in the lower 48. It's like, takes forever to get here. It's from a little town of Marathon where we stopped to fill up gas. That's 70 miles to this point. And we still have probably another 50 miles to go before we set up camp. But anyway, we're here. We have made it to the Rio Grande Village Campground. This is the only place in all of Big Bend where you have any kind of connections, electricity or water. Most of it is primitive parking campsites. Basically, this is a big old parking lot here in front of the Rio Grande Village store. Here's our picnic table. It is full connections. So we have sewer, water, and it's 30 and 50. And it runs, I think, $35 a night. There's limited availability, so they say. Looks like there's lots of availability right now. Very little shade. Anyway, we're here. Full connections made mama happy. right, this is our first morning, Big Bend, the Rio Grande Village, Big Bend National Park. We're gonna go do some running around and seeing some stuff before it gets hot. Park is so big, most of the stuff we're gonna go see, we gotta take the car because it's too far for the scooter. Don't have enough range on the scooter to go see some of this stuff without being stranded. Now, if I had a secondary battery pack, that would be rocking because I could just switch out battery packs on the go. Something to look into for future journeys, adventures. Well, anyway, go see what we can see. We are actually headed down to the Boquillas Canyon. Boquillas Canyon. We just had to stop and share this vista with you. Just, man, how stunning is that? The little village of Boquillas, Mexico, right there. Just vast expanse of desert here on the Rio Grande. That's the Rio Grande right down there. Where we're headed is right over there. That's Boquillas Canyon. All right, we are at the parking lot for the Boquillas Canyon Trail. So I'm not gonna go the whole distance. I just want to get around the knob of the mountain here so that we can see the canyon. All right, Boquillas Canyon, right there. Boquillas Canyon. Pretty cool stuff. Now, we're a younger, more mobile guy, I go all the way over there, but I know I gotta go back over and down. Besides, Yappy's waiting. Don't want to keep her waiting too long. Come to the Boquillas overlook. Actually gives us a different view of the canyon. Not quite as close up as we were. And that's Boquillas, Mexico over there. And there is a placard that talks about that over here. So we'll just shuffle over there and take a look at it. Those are Mexican nationals who are over here selling to tourists. Talking about the watershed. They have a mule, a donkey, on the other side of the river with their boat. Just the views are just stunning. All right, so if you're visiting Big Bend National Park, you might want to go across the river to the little Mexican community of Boquillas. Well, this is the crossing point to go to Boquillas. Boquillas Crossing, port of entry. I have no desire to go across to Boquillas because from what I read, it's just a couple of restaurants, but I've heard that this is an interesting port of entry. So thought we would check it out.
How you doing?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Pretty good.
We're just wandering around checking things out.
Oh, we do?
Being touristy, you know.
I can understand that.
Have no desire to go across the river, but how would that work if we wanted to?
Well, you'd have to have a passport for one.
Okay.
Other than that, that's it.
That's it?
Yep.
Now, what's the story of these little things I keep seeing laying around on the trail?
Well, you can't bring this stuff back. You're not supposed to buy them here. And are you filming for a purpose?
No, just me.
Just you?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just the animal products that are here.
Okay. Cool. Thank you for the information.
You're welcome. Have a good visit.
I will. Okay, so if you want to go across, all you got to do is have a passport. He kind of got freaked out when he realized my camera was running. But that's where the crossing is, down that way. So, when you're in Big Bend, you might want to go across the river. All right, we're cruising around. We're gonna be going through that tunnel here in just a minute, but we saw a place to park, a sign that said Rio Grande Overlook. So I thought I'd go Rio Grande Overlook. Check out that view. There's a placard over here. Must be important. They wouldn't put it on a placard if it wasn't important. Camp way down there. All right, let's go see something else. We've made it to the hot spring trail. Not sure how far down we have to go to see the hot springs, but we'll just take a little stroll. And coming down here was a interesting experience and kind of stressed Yappy out real bad because of the way the road is set up. It's actually carved out of the canyon walls. Okay, it's a 1/4 mile. I can handle that. Gotta wonder how anybody ever found these out here in the middle of nowhere. And they just stumbled upon some hot springs. Maybe they were coming down the river and found some warm water. But how would they tell anybody where it was? We don't have cell phones out here, and they sure didn't have cell phones back in the day. Very interesting. All right. Well, that was the hot springs. All right, we are going to be navigating the hot springs road coming out of the hot springs. It's a very interesting road. Certainly don't want to do it in a hurry.
Make your wife cry.
You really don't want to do it in a hurry if you're driving your wife's car and she's in the car with you. So the question that I've been pondering is, how did anybody ever find those hot springs? It's like, how would you find
I
them?
have no idea.
Why would you be wandering around in this desert? I guess you know, maybe prospectors looking for gold, or that's another road is one way on either side of the canyon. Coming in, there's a pretty sharp drop off of about 10 feet. Doesn't look like we have it on this side though. Oh, yeah, we do.
Too big, you're going to get half of it scratched.
Well, that's why the sign says no dual wheel vehicle.
Stop. What? That's the car doing something. Hit the. Hang on. Hit the button right there, the very button up nearest you. Hit that. Okay. I don't know what that button. Why was that beeping?
It's a proximity sensor.
Okay. I thought it was Ziva opening the back window. Because she's done that before. I just realized the thing wasn't set.
That's the proximity sensor on the car, making the car uncomfortable because of the
stuff.
The stone wall is so close.
It's freaky. I'd rather walk than drive this. Frankly. Because I didn't know it was the other side. It's unnerving. This is Yappy Barker chiming in.
Another great morning here, Big Bend National Park. We are at the Rio Grande Village RV parking lot. After yesterday's windstorm, came back after all our running around, and about 2 hours ago, the wind started blowing. It's chilly now. The temperature's definitely come down several degrees, but it's comfortable. We are headed to the west side of the park today, over to Cottonwood Campground, and we'll be boondocking for 2 nights before we head north. So, gonna go down the Ross Maxwell Scenic Drive today, so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. So stay tuned.